Hello everyone. Have you heard of the strange occurrence of waking up with a patch of hair missing? This phenomenon is believed in folklore to be ghosts shaving hair off sleeping people at night. There was a girl named who grew up poor in the mountains, one of the few in her village to make it to college. In the big city, she first experienced how wonderful and exciting the world could be. From that moment, she was determined to work hard so she and her family could enjoy a city life. She was very innocent and sunny back then. After graduating, they became a civil servant assigned to a remote area. Luckily, not long after she transferred, the government prioritized developing that region. Seized the opportunity and worked even harder. But she gradually realized she occupied the lowest position. She did the work yet sometimes earned not rewards but displeasure from superiors and colleagues instead. Although honest, this country girl was no fool. Recognizing the seriousness of the situation, she began socializing with officials at all levels related to her work in any way. She was admittedly adept socially. Soon, it became quite slick, winning her superiors' favor and befriending colleagues who had previously disliked her. Through this process, they discovered money wasn't as hard to earn as imagined if you were willing to lose a little conscience. Today was quickly promoted and secretly congratulated herself on her emotional intelligence and understanding of human relations. She also knew some people, despite decades of outstanding performance, would never get ahead, whereas she had transformed since arriving. But around then, they started losing hair. Initially, she figured it was from overwork, late nights and heavy workload, but A's hair loss worsened. Each morning, her pillow would be littered with strands. She worried about becoming ugly. That year on holiday break, they returned to her village bearing all kinds of gifts, visiting every household. She wanted people to know she was doing well now. But her parents knew had changed, no longer the artless girl of before, her words and deeds now steeped in hierarchy and self-interest. The next morning when they got up to put her hair up, she suddenly felt a bald patch on her scalp and cried out in fright for her mother. Shocked at the sight, Mother interrogated her with tears about what disgraceful things she had done outside. Their village had a belief that if elders knew of improper conduct by their descendants, they would shave off hair at night as admonishment. Hearing this, A also panicked. Despite her education, she didn't believe such superstitions, yet her inexplicable hair loss, an entire patch overnight, how else could she explain it? Her ancestors must be unable to bear watching her ignore her conscience and were imparting a lesson. A's heart roiled with fear, regret, and sorrow. Sobbing uncontrollably, her mother consoled her not to be scared. She said the situation could be resolved by apologizing to the elders and preparing some offerings, but A must never commit such unethical acts again, or she could lose not just her hair, but even her life. That afternoon, A bought offerings, earnestly repented before the ancestral altar, and burned lots of spirit money for her forebears. After the holiday, she resigned from her job, donated all her ill-gotten gains to the needy, then returned to her village and became a teacher, hoping to empower more local youth to venture out. 2 weeks later, her hair grew back in and she never experienced hair loss again. Today's story isn't bizarre. Hair loss can just manifest suboptimal health. Seek medical attention if it's severe. I simply wanted to convey that kindness matters most in life. That concludes today's tale. See you next time.